Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you, Matthew. I am so excited to be part of this group, and I also like the authentic. Can I even say that authentic nature or approach? I can't say the other word, but I just thought while I'm still awake, I'm so energized at the moment. There's been so many things happening that I introduce myself. So my name is Chico, and I'm based in Hastings, which is by the coast for people who might not be familiar with areas in the UK. And I used to be a Londoner. I escaped. I'd lived in London for 10 years, and I was actually born there. Grew up in the US. My family are still there, and decided to come back to Europe. So I've lived in other parts of Europe, and my family originally from Malawi, the warm heart of Africa. That's what I call it. So my heart is really connected to Malawi, and I discovered that my reason why and purpose in life is actually to help young people who are living in Malawi. So I'm connected with some of them. So in terms of how I ended up here and became a lifestyle business coach, I think it's just the way I've lived my life. So it's due to personal circumstances of hardship, of emotional and personal struggles, which I think strengthened me as a character. And I also didn't like labels, specifically in relation to being labeled as someone with a mental health condition, but I don't even think they called it that at the time. A mental illness, I believe that's what I was labeled with. But I felt quite the opposite, because I felt right, I now can see things much more clearly. And what I didn't like about my process was the medicalization of my experience. So at that time, what I decided was that nobody was going to bracket me. And I wanted other people who were going through my experience not to go through the similar experience, that is, to be medicalized and not to have talking therapies. And I believe in talking or communicating with people in order to support them to actually overcome specific challenges in their lives. So that's how I ended up here. So I've also become very techie, which was something that actually wasn't intended in my mind, but it's just automatically happened due to my interests. So I have a humanistic, a spiritual side, and also on the other side, analytical. So in terms of being geeky on the computer, love it. And I've been able to develop specific things which I didn't think at the time that I would be great at. It looked complex at the time, but now it's just something that comes to me very easily. And so the things that I'm actually looking for support with at the moment, I believe, is to strengthen my personal brand. So I do want to launch in the new year, because I think there's also actually a conflict with the page that I have at the moment because of my heart. But I also want to find ways to actually brand myself as me, as a standalone individual. And I also want to connect with people who've been able to tell their own personal story and journey of hardship, and how they actually did that, and what their experience was. So I think actually being able to tell one's personal story or journey is something that will help other people eventually. So I do I've talked about specific personal things, but I think this is a new arena where my position in life has always been to help other people. But now the camera is directed at me. So it's exposing more of myself. But I know the reasons why I need to do that. And that is to connect with people who are afflicted by specific conditions. And that also includes chronic pain. which is something that I myself was diagnosed with recently. Depression, which is something that I was labeled with like in the past. And yeah, I think that's all I can think of for now. So I'm definitely looking forward to meeting you all and to hearing more about you. Ciao for now.